I took a chance on a random song tonight. I haven't heard this one before. It was at the top of my epidemic. I mean, last time we didn't make it out of the starting soon screen before it crashed, so we'll see. We'll see if we can get through this song. It almost made it through the song. Congratulations! The game didn't crash in the intro song. Okay, let me turn this down. That should be backgroundy, hopefully. So, I did some things. The city was not in a good spot financially, and by that I mean we bled down into the 980 millions. But we were losing cash pretty fast, and I had to change some stuff around. I didn't get the achievement for having all campus buildings, which I'm confused because I definitely had all campus buildings. I deleted campuses 2 and 3 though, and just got rid of the roads, like all the infrastructure for it, like anything I could save I turned off to get the city profitable again. It just feels weird not having $1 billion in the bank. It technically made it past the starting soon screen, I guess, without a crash this time. That's a step in the right direction. Although that is not what they fixed. That is not what they fixed at all. So keep that in mind. You might still have crashes. I might still have crashes. Pushing the toll roads. I mean, we could, but I'm getting ready to reset soon, and I might tease that a little bit. I've talked about doing another Plainville, and I've been cooking up intros and trying to mess around with finding the right intro song and the right title bumper, and it's got to be quick for repeatable. So working on that. But yeah, here, let's see. City-wise, I got rid of the campus that was up here. Just one little fire. It's not a big deal. Got rid of the campus that was there, and also Emerson that was over here was the other college that I had going. So I don't know entirely what I'm going to do with those spaces. I'm trying to trim down in spots and not be absolutely stuffed to the gills everywhere, but we'll see. It is nice, like we've got things kind of working again. So like if you go over to factories, that is not a factory. If you go over to factories, we can get up to the production rate now, so we can change things like that. If we go to a building that has variations, no. If we go over to here for a building that has variations, now we can go up to the variations again. Same thing with parking garages. So a bunch of the stuff that was UI glitched that we couldn't get to, we can now get to again. But they didn't find all the crashing issues, and I can confirm I have crashed since the update. Hey Kango, what's up? What's up? Try the unemployment view. Oh, I actually haven't looked at the unemployment view, so let's see if that is no longer reporting a variable. Are you serious? Are you serious? Available jobs is the statistic that they were pulling bracket 0 bracket. But apparently, rather than fix the thing it was pulling from, they just delete the statistic altogether. Okay. That's how you fix it. Pretend like you never put it in the game. We know the unemployment rate. We know a percentage of vacancies. Why can't we no longer see available jobs, which obviously was a working counter at some point in development that you called on it, but your fix was to remove it. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. I've got my green monster hat on. That's as much as I get. It's kind of green. Okay, so they kind of fixed it by removing the thing that was there. It's one way to do it. It's definitely one way to do it. What was the other thing? The fences. Check out the fences. Ready for this? So we can put fences and remove fences. So we'll come down here. Like, let's say we want fences on this. If I understand correctly, this is a component of the road and not something that uses more nodes. It's also a whole lot easier to place. Now, I'm going to pause the music for a second. Hold on. Because I can't hear the game. I know it's probably mixed. I think it's mixed differently for you. Okay, so if we hit, in this case, the X button or square on PlayStation, or what technically is right click, right? They added a right click. No, what they did was, what usually happens when you press X. Do I have my game on that quiet that I can't hear it? Yeah, I have it on that quiet that I can't hear it. I got to turn the browser down in my head or something. Because that is... Okay, anyways, sorry. When you hit X, you get the bulldozer, right? I think that comes through. Now, if you're placing a fence and you hit X, it does remove it, but also plays the bulldozer sound because they couldn't, I am assuming, disconnect that behavior from when you press the X button, because it would normally escape you out of that if you were doing something with another tool. Which actually... They didn't break that, did they? No, okay, they didn't. Okay, you can pivot from placing a road or having a road midway down direct to that. Okay, but when you're hovering over a road with a fence and you hit the bulldoze button, wait, hold on. Okay, you have to like go in and like try and put a fence down on top of the other fence. Which is okay. Now it will work. Now it will work. Okay, so that's cool. Obviously, on a straight road like that, that's not as interesting. If we go over here, can you fence highways? You sure can. What are you doing? Dog's rolling around the floor back there. I got I'm messing around with camera controls in what do you call it? OBS with this thing. There she is. Don't I show her, she get her butt sticking out to the camera. But anyways, you can force it to zoom on things, like Doug over there, back to me, over there to Mouse. If I could recommend some books, not that that's particularly useful, but I was having fun with that. Getting all the controls on the Steam Deck, not having to go into the app. So the fences is working. The game is still crashing. That's okay. Save. Backup saves. Because I broke a save crashing during saving. So absolutely have backup saves. Because if you only had a single save, I definitely ran into a situation where one of those crashes would have killed it. Okay, back to music. There we go. Fencing is very cool now that it works. Yeah, I mean, if you had, it worked just fine if you had a mouse. Come on. What's a $10 mouse? Actually, it's a $10 mouse. It's going to be horrific. I think they legally should not be able to call it a mouse, probably. So I took the schools out to get profitable again. So we are, like, I am at a point where I can leave it again. There's so many unique buildings that are just turned off, though. That's a lot of my budgetary problem solving. Like, I didn't look at anything really economy based. I did get rid of the 3 nuclear power plants in place of 1 monument. I do need to rebuild around this. This was obviously shaped for the 3 nuclear power plants and had roads coming through it. But I think the upkeep wise is like the same. What is the deal here? So if we look at the nuclear power plants, it is 8,000 a week for 640 output. Right? Is that, did I say that right? 640. And then what does the monument do? 16,000 for 8,000 a week. So I had 3 nuclear power plants. I'm ready to give up the illusion. I can try and figure it out later, but that was just an easy way to problem solve short term. Has anybody used the billboard yet? I have not. I mean, I put them down. I still debate whether or not they should technically have the moniker large, since we haven't seen what the other billboards look like. And until then, it technically isn't large, it's just a billboard. The only UI thing I found they didn't fix was missing clip art in some of the menus. Yeah, I think they fixed the radio thing too, like the radio, like all these would disappear on reloading a save. Which I think this has had a reload. I'm trying to think if this one had a reload or if it had a crash. It had one of them. It definitely had one of them. I can guarantee. So yeah, so the billboards, I don't know. Like the billboards are not, where are they again? I forget every time. They're in here somewhere, right? There they are. They're under props. You could stagger them like that. That's fine. The cheap billboards are on the bottom. I hate it though. I hate it. I hate the look of it. I don't want billboards and ads everywhere. And if you do, then you could just go down to a commercial strip or European commercial. Sorry I'm late. Restocking my virtual supermarket. You haven't missed a crash or anything, so it's still early enough. I've also really got to rethink the highway here. So this is I dropped this in from Map Pack 3. I got bored troubleshooting and I just dropped a clover leaf in here temporarily, and then I've got like a narrow simple trumpet, and then over here is an interchange trumpet. It's just the exact same thing but with 3 lanes everywhere. The highways are a mess. They are a mess. It's like Charlie Day finding out about Pepe Sylvia, and he used the highways to connect all the dots. So I'm getting to the point where I've got to like really rip some stuff out. I've thought about one more neighborhood up here, the Green Hill Zone, and then I've been tearing it apart a little bit. Like you can see on the left, it's been thinned out, and I've just like I've reset it so many times now, and I'm just trying to sketch out some different ideas where it's not totally jammed. I'm trying to create some open space but still make it very busy and lived in. But I keep just ripping it out. I'm not saving, of course, so like just moving tons of people out, making them unemployed. The other thing I was thinking of, right? Like, it is 2786. Is it time to give up on single-family homes? Chime in, chat. Let me know what you think. Are we getting rid of single-family homes in favor of all high density? I think it's time. Like, it was a thing. I think it's time to give up on that thing. Are we gonna move more people in by extending the infrastructure and consuming all the land? Or are we gonna get rid of these stupid Art Deco single-family homes in favor of like Green City's apartments? I think Green City's apartments. All single-family homes going to Green City's apartments. Yay, nay. What do we think? I'm just gonna bulldoze them all. This is a very chill song to be threatening bulldozing the entire city. Let me load more tracks before I forget, and then it shuffles through like the 20 songs that are loaded. Okay. Oh, also, I'm glad Amanda, you're here because I had questions for you. I feel like you're a Plainville fan. So like, do we do original City Skylines music for the first episode? Like the OG original soundtrack? Or is that too much? Is that too much nostalgia bait? Feather in low density around the edge? Like that's what we keep expanding with? That's almost worse, isn't it though, Amanda? Like, we filled up all this space and now we're gonna fill it with the single family homes? You like the OG soundtrack? Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll have Mars Radio on the Green Cities episode. Kong, what's going on? Welcome. Keep the current street, but rebuild mega building like Cyberpunk. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Is it's time to just upgrade. Like I think we can handle the people. I don't know. There's going to be a lot more people living in that space. Oh, that's going to collapse. It's going to collapse the city. Maybe we'll do save points. Okay, hold on a second. Enough. Feels like school field trip mornings, the original soundtrack. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna show something. Give me a second here, because I got to set up a. Let me see. Can I go to capture? And then I want display capture mid. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. 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 Let me see. Let me see where the audio of this is coming out. Okay, sneak peek. I'm working on some intro outro ideas for, what do you call it? For Plainville. That's resolve. Does it go full screen? Not correctly? Okay. That's interesting. Why is it not loading that panel? That's weird. Okay, I'm just gonna run it. Sorry, here. Let me at least make it a little bit bigger. So again, this is just a couple intro and outro ideas. So the first one is like the intro for the very first episode. Let me get out of studio mode, make sure I'm sharing the right thing here. Okay. Have no fear of perfection. You will never reach it. Salvador Dali. Sorry, I know that's loud. So I like the Plainville remastered with the cutaway of the remastered and just bringing it back to Plainville. And then that's where you would see footage of the city. This song would actually play out, but second episode, I just want to kind of like drop right into it. So quicker intro. So I don't know. That green screen kind of pops there. That is turning me into a leprechaun. So maybe, I don't know. I like the vibe of the track, but I don't know. I'm not totally sold on it yet. And then outro wise, I was thinking of having a couple canned ones ready. Plus the other thing is if I end up doing these, if we record them live, I can drop intros and outros real time, which I think will work out better anyways. So when you see green, that's when the city would be showing. I'll just cut ahead to where the dropout is. So that's where I would stop talking and then just cut away to the end screen. Or long rambly outro, or if I want to go with a lot of footage, I've used an adapt feature, which is really cool on Epidemic. It lets you like remix songs and change where like breakdowns or intros or drops occur. So basically made a custom one that breaks down, where the breakdown is after quite a long segment of the song, and then that acts as the outro. Right, so depending, I know that's probably loud, sorry. So like depending on what kind of vibe you want to end on, if you just want a quick outro, cut to the end screen, or if or if I end up rambling forever, which I mean sometimes happens, I don't know. Or you just want like a long cinematic before the cutaway at the last 20 seconds. Essentially got those set up, so. Yeah, sorry, the music there is louder. I don't have I'm not used to sharing this app, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on the intro song for Plainville, but the drop in basically episode 2 gives you more of a feel for the song. Okay. So anyways, that's at least what I'm thinking for now. Okay, and that's a more reasonable volume. But I'm bouncing some ideas around. Oh, am I still sharing? Am I still sharing that way? Hold on. Studio capture and that one. Okay. Sorry. Program projector LC. There we go. I mean, not that late. It hasn't crashed yet. So isn't that really early? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of upset that it didn't pop that achievement. I'm pretty sure that I had it. That I had all the things that I needed for it. It might be glitched. So let's see. Okay, so I did get, very recently, Academic Scholar. Okay, hold on. Studio mode? There we go. I did get the 100 academic work, so a school maxes out at 48. So I had to do 2 schools maxed out and then get the others from the 3rd college. But I did get that today. Somehow I unlocked this on the 10th. Unlock every single building in the game. But if I've done that, like, haven't I done the... I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how it counts it. So let's look at what I don't have, because there's one, again, that I don't quite understand in the education section. why I don't have it. Education Nation. Okay. Higher learning. Build all campus area types. I did. There's 3, right? With all their respective campus buildings and faculties. I like everything in that menu. Every plaza, every fountain, every extra building that you unlock along the way. Can we had new emote for members? I'll send you on Discord. Yeah, absolutely. Of course. 110% AC. Did mod color change? Were you always all that blue before? Is that different? Is that new? Okay, that's throwing me off. I feel like they changed the mod color. Always blue, but with the shield. I know the shields are new. The shields replaced the wrench. You've always been blue? It seems so off today. I don't know. So yeah, so why the hell don't I have this achievement? This one is a population thing. Have 15,000 students studying on campus. I don't think I've been over 8 in this current town. So it would require a lot more people. Which, you know, one way we could get there is by moving out all the single family homes. Yes, always blue, but shit. Okay. I don't know. I'm imagining things, I guess. I don't know. Apparently there is a new moderator setting that we can leverage where like they're starting to come around on good ideas. I forget what all the things they could do, but like mods can now change, or approved mods. There's like a new tier can change like chat modes. So you could make it like a members only chat temporarily. That was not something that people had access to today. I don't think defaults do, but I got to figure that out because I saw that pop up today when I went to the studio UI. Okay. Yeah. What are all these things that I don't have, and how many easy ones can we get? Maximum number of guests at any 5-star hotel. That's going to suck. 5 weekly guest stay at hotels. 500. Take a loan to make an investment, put $1 million in, earn $5 million through investments. That sucks because you have to keep playing the mini game. 5 garbage service points. Have I done? So I guess that's the only one that is pedestrian area, right? Set the ticket price to maximum price. Build an airport with an area of 25,000 cells. Are we making a city that is mostly airport at that point? Do you have room for people? Who works there? It's all airport. So yeah, I have not messed around with the airport stuff. 15,000 people in helicopters, 35,000 people in trolley buses. We have not spent much time with Sunset Harbor, huh? I'm gonna have to get on that. This is campus stuff. This is industry. Build 10 industrial areas or industry areas. Postman, never touched it. Build 5 offshore oil drilling platforms. That's an easy one. Have a park with a nature reserve, with all nature reserve buildings built in it. Have a park maintenance, zoo, nature reserve, and amusement park. But not a... Isn't there something else? What am I forgetting? You don't have to have like a city park for that achievement. IT cluster, all organic. We're gonna have to just mess up some cities to do some of those. All residential zone your city be specialized self-sufficient housing. Win the scenarios. Who wants to watch a scenario right now? Let's go do a scenario. You hate the scenarios? I do too, but I'm just going to go peek for a minute. I'm just going to go check them out. No, I'm not starting with flood scenario. I know the principle of it. I've never done it. So what do they have? They have 3 scenarios. Small town, perfect setting for a vast network of ferry lines. Oh my god, no. Optimizing track would be very challenging. Clearly, the previous mayor of Appletown had no idea how to plan a road network. Losing conditions if the population is less than 25,000. If you play 200 game weeks, traffic flow over 82, reach a population over 35,000. Okay. I'm going to hate this, aren't I? Why am I doing this? I play this game to avoid the failure states, though. That's the thing. Am I the only one with these unbearably slow load times? That's just me, right? I would like to figure this out. Yeah, it's funny. One of the things I noticed right away when remastered game was the load time. Load times can be epic on PC, especially people with like mid to lower end hardware. Whew. Or if you're just trying to do way too much with assets. Like, I know some creators were dealing with like over an hour load times. I'm like, dude, you got it. Like, no, I'm not starting up my computer an hour before I want to play the game. Absolutely not. No, thank you. Traffic, the final frontier. The previous mayor of Appletown has quite frankly done a terrible job at planning the road network. Do you think you're up to the task of fixing it? Probably not, honestly. I'm going to be too freaked out. My anxiety is going to get me over the failure state. Okay. Had to get rid of the tea bag in my thermos there. Okay. Okay, pause. Pause. Is this the scenario, the same one from way back in the day? Jeez Louise. What is wrong? What kind of money do we have in the bank? 50,000 bucks? Yikes. What are you doing, man? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why did I load into this? Okay. So this is horrible. Why? Why would I can't? No, this is going to be its own thing. This is going to be its own thing. I can't. Why did I do this? Okay. Wait, no, not now. Not now. Is the original cities broken? I haven't updated this. This hasn't updated since the first DLC, but I'm guessing that the original cities is broken. Mission aborted, yes. Okay, I think it's going to update. It is. Recorded myself doing this challenge. It was so easy. I binned the video because it's a very easy challenge. That one in particular, I feel like it's very achievable. It's set up particularly poorly, so you don't have to make it look pretty. I bet nothing a little Old Town and a couple new highway exits and better placed roundabouts wouldn't fix. This thermos keeps this like boiling. I don't even know how. It's just so hot. All right. Man, whew, okay. The flood one, I remember trying a few times and giving up on it and then watching how someone did it online. Can I do a scenario guide? I played it for like 30 seconds and I got freaked out. I don't know how I'm going to get through that guide. Flooding challenge is probably the hardest one. You just have to keep building up, right? Building north. Outrunning it. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. This is easy. This is easy. What do we have to do? We're going to get rid of all this bad stuff, first of all. Let's just... Well, I guess I don't have the money to really blow it all away. What is going on here? Like, what... It was 2017. We got to remember what their intersections looked like. Okay, so there's a town just sitting on a cloverleaf across from an industrial on the other side of that cloverleaf. It's so painful. It's so painful just looking at it. Okay. What is over here? Is this all red? No, of course there's... I'm uninstalling this game. I'm uninstalling. I'm not loading up New Boston yet. '80s music is too epic. So many cul-de-sacs. Yeah, that just hurts my head and my soul looking at that. Crash out scenario. This is a nice calm track for the build of the loading menu. Anybody excited for the new Starfield update? I still don't really understand what it is. I don't believe this Polygon article title, especially since they've changed it. Quote, Starfield's biggest update ever turns into the game everyone wanted 3 years ago. And then when you click on that article, it's changed to Starfield's biggest update ever makes the game better in every single way. So they back down on it's the game everyone wanted 3 years ago part. Just that it makes it better. So let me get this straight. The biggest update ever makes the game better. That's a low bar. We really back down that headline from the game everyone wanted 3 years ago to it's an improvement over what was there before. Guys over at Polygon got that Riz. Jesus. What? It's just so funny to see the Google cache, the original title, and then when you click into it, it's like, no, don't. Maybe we don't want the heat. We saw the comments early. We don't want the smoke. We're out. At least PS5 players get to experience the empty planets finally, right? Someone's gonna be. There's gonna be somebody very disappointed. Welcome to 2020's Bethesda. If you thought Fallout 76 was the end of the depravity, boy, were you wrong.
16 times the detail.
Vanguard mission was the best one in the game. Are we thinking of the same one where you become a pirate? Pirate playthrough is not particularly entertaining. Bethesda keeps making garbage and being lauded for it. Yeah. Pretty much. Did you... Okay, can we talk about the new NVIDIA DLSS? That's just putting an AI filter over games? And some people are like, wow. Todd's talking it up and how much better it makes Starfield look. Like, it's just... You're going to have, like, really... We're not going to get any better at making games, and we're just going to put AI filters and let AI make the picture look better. Because you can't afford modern GPUs anymore because of AI. So...
And even view distant weather systems across the map.
If only it made the game run better, right? That explains the cheesy DLSS jokes. Yes. So it's just like, it's just not great. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's cool tech. Like, they show a game and then they show it with DLSS, which doesn't just like expand or compress the image and then expand it based on AI, right? Like rescaling real time. But now it's like actually rendering lighting and shadows, and the way that they show it like completely changes the way some characters look. Like, it's not even the same art style, and even then they edit it very carefully in high motion because like it's doing this filter real time. It may look fine on a still, but it looks awkward on motion. Like, if you see the trailer that they have, they show like a still of a soccer player, and then showing them like during a slide, they like cut over, but they show almost no motion. So like, the more motion there is, the more disconnected it's going to feel from the original character model and rigging. Like, you're gonna have this like hyper realistic person talking to you, but their mouth is moving like a Bethesda character. Like, it's not like generating everything. So but yeah, there's probably some interesting stories you can read up on that. But that's the DLSS in the news. Central Park not on fire. How about that? Usually it is on fire or still charred black from the last fire. So we got to see it in all its glory. Okay. Long-term goals for the city is just to make it look good. I would like... I just realized the dog is still back there sleeping. Until I said that, and then she knew I was talking about her. Her ears are always up like that. Except when she was a puppy. Okay, we got a big empty lot there in Emerson. We got a lot of stuff we could do. It's so weird not being able to get out of that camera mode by hitting B. You have to hit the back button or select or whatever the heck we're calling it these days. So yeah, am I missing a building here? Like, I can't think of what I didn't have placed down. It wants you to do all campus areas and all buildings and faculties. Right? So like that's times 3. And just to be safe, we had all the stadiums down at least once. And then I had put the museums down also. So like I even went in and put, yeah, there they are, a road and a tree road just to make sure I had one of everything in every area. And it did not pop. So I gotta revisit that one. Maybe maybe I will achievement hunt at some point and like save the city, completely blow this away, start over. Just make sure that like every building is down, but not necessarily in a save where I have to mess this all up. 'Cause that's the last thing I want to do. River Run University was good to me. It was a big part of the moneymaker here. And then I got to figure out, I started messing around with it over here, the cliffside a bit, to separate from the edge of the map. I did have some independent autonomous zones, so like the farmland was all on its own electric. But I gotta rethink that now, because when I put the electric down to 50%, because the fusion reactor is giving us so much electricity for so little money, it's still a lot of money you can save running it at 50%. But that runs everything at 50%. You can't do policy-specific budgets per district, can you? Or district-specific budgets, I should probably say it, in words that make sense when heard in that order. No, okay. That's too bad. If we had district-specific budgets, that would be great. Yeah, unfortunately. Because I could make that work a little bit better. But when you turn it down to 50%, you need twice as many windmills to power your farm, and it would just look kind of stupid. So I got to figure that out. Like, the windmills are still kind of nice. Like, maybe I put a few of them. I mean, maybe they stay right there. It's where they made sense. It's where they actually worked. Just not at 50%. We'll sneak some more power in there, or just hook it up by the train tracks, which I think is what it is right now anyways. I simplified some of the districts over here. Please don't burst into flames. I simplified some of the districts over here. So we got Emerson, we got Central Park, East and West. And then there is, some of these need to be renamed: Meadow Park, Middle Park, Crest Park, Green Hill Zone, Lafayette. I don't know what the deal is with Wood Hills yet. It was just to meet some industry demand, because the balance is all thrown off in the new update, in my opinion. For zone goods, at least. I wonder what's up with the crime. I mean, it's not... I mean, there are a couple fires popping up around the map, but they're not... I mean, I don't want to tempt the fates, but... So far, so good. There's another one over there. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. See? Totally fine. Not even a big deal. Not a, it's fine. It's totally fine. My city's falling apart. Hey Google, my city Skylines 1 city is falling apart. What do I do? I was getting ready to turn up the volume and pull the mic over and let it show its brilliance, and it's just like, I don't understand. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Did I get you? Were they helpful at all? Because mine wasn't. You get any good answers? Relay answers to me. Saw the side eye. 985 million. Okay. Yeah, I thought these were all fire pop-ups for a minute. I was so worried. Oh, come on! There you go.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Oh, come on. Not now, campus. Oh, don't look at the highway across the river. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Situation normal. I mean, so maybe we ignore the fact that it's 2787 and I suspend disbelief and this city is just a moment in time and we don't have to make it high density everywhere. That'll be for another build. I'm not going to ruin River Run yet. I gotta figure out and finalize what's happening over here. I like how I reworked this district a little bit for the college campus. I kind of regret taking it out now because this campus I really liked. Not that I disliked the other one. Karmic reward. But do we need a second city, like a second university? Not really. We could even like turn on the university boost. But it does, I guess it does make money technically. Right? Info views, nope. Budget, economy. Income and expenses, this doesn't even matter, it's there. We spend 42,000 right now on education to make 124. So like that's a pretty sweet deal in our budget. Just by having university boost turned off. Right? I don't think we could go up to that until the update today. I don't think you could turn it on or off with a controller. This is the only thing I think I'm truly happy with that I probably don't want to mess around too much. I wish I could change the assets inside. And I guess we could work on some custom parks at some point, but it seems like it would be a lot of work. Where I couldn't probably replicate this. Just to put different trees in here. But we got that touch of pink at least on the pathways. We don't have any up here though. I guess it's okay. It's really bugging me that I didn't get that achievement. I was so sure that I had everything down. Did we just win a game? Yeah. They're pouring out. Is a baseball just let out, probably? It's unfortunate that the parking lots just... They don't fill up quite right. Everybody's got a pocket car. Nobody wants to use the parking lot. They should be incentivized to use the parking lot. They're technically entertainment. Where's, yeah, right here. They are literally a park. A park and a plaza. It's a leisure building that provides entertainment. Why wouldn't you want to bring your car to get entertained? Just because there's a dead body in the parking lot? It's not a big deal. Everybody's fine. Except for that guy, but everybody else is fine. I wouldn't worry about it. See, they got it. We're just making sure they're not up to any funny business. How many bodies can they put in there, you think? That's at least 2. That's got to be it, right? They're heading back. Okay, there's 3. 3 bodies in a hearse. 4 bodies in a hearse. At least they're efficient about their route. They're like Amazon, man. 5? How small are these people? Anyone play the original GTA games? What is this route? This is 6? This is kind of crazy. Seven? This is not a hearse. This is a clown car. If they all get out and walk into the crematorium. Certainly you're on the road back. That's not the way to the crematorium. Oh, I guess it could be. Where are you going? I mean, I really take off on the highway. 8? Is that 8 or did I lose track? I don't even know where this guy routes to at this point. They've been on both sides of the river. Like, they just... like, door dashing. Just like, whatever's next. I need the tips. Does the cryo preservatory... does that fill up, though? It's like a cemetery, right? You run out of room. Okay, wait. What? I'm pausing the game. And I'm watching the stream replay back. Because this guy has 8 bodies in the back of his car. In the back of the hearse. At a minimum. We saw 8. 8 bodies in the car. And he's just like, I'm going home. Colin, it's been a long day. Are you serious? Okay, we're now... Hold on a second. We are now watching this guy for crimes.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
He's got... I can't even say what's going on potentially in that building right now. But you're thinking it. And what's that say about you, honestly? And society. We're waiting here for a hearse to leave, right? I thought I was turning it off, not on again. Okay, there's a hearse picking up a body. Where is the hearse that took 8 bodies to their house at the end of a work shift? Where is that hearse? Does that hearse leave the store, the carport here soon? Does he secretly walk off with 8 bodies in a car in his pocket and put it down at the end of the street and I'll never see him again? I'm just hoping. What happened to the hearse and the 8 bodies? Like, I need to know now. It's not going to leave, right? He probably walked away and got in his pocket hearse. What? No, he's gone. He's gone. It's a lost cause at this point. He probably slipped over to the casino. Mysterious truck delivery. All right. Well, I think I think he lost us. Unless this guy right here pulls out a pocket hearse. No. I lost him. He's over there somewhere now. Okay, well, apparently you pick up 8 bodies in a hearse and then head home for the night and just leave them in the back. I don't think those are air conditioned at all. What is the temperature in our city? 72. Oh. That can't smell good in the morning. You gotta bring that. You gotta, like, you don't take that home with you. The the turned off buildings are a little ridiculous at this point. I should probably turn some of them back on. Like, how much money do we need to make? But also, like, I feel like there's other ones that should be in the city. This can come on. This survived the Great Marathon Fire of 27 something. Probably should write that one down. Why? At least it's far away from the ice cube factory, which has offices now. They've expanded. Part of Madrigal International. They also have a chicken business subsidiary. We make ice, by the way. This is a coincidence. Technically clothing, but it's a long story. The fact that my Xbox One from 2013 is still handling CS1 despite having about 10 plus DLCs. Yeah, I mean it's the 9 tile limitation that, like, you got to find the right map. I wish they were better about that, because they're not good at supporting 9 tile maps. I know I recently went back to relook at, like, what are the best 25 tile maps, but I definitely was not considering it from a 9 tile perspective. Okay, just a little fire here or there. Nothing too big. Nothing too big. Okay, oh, we lost. I'm torn. I'm so torn on what to do. I really need to fix this. This is horrific, but it's working. Because the traffic can't get to it. We're at 83% for the city. This is a 2-lane road. Apparently this needs to be a little bit better. Everybody's coming down here and just turning left, though. I don't know that that helps us a lot if I add a lane, because everybody's just going to sit in the same spot. Is there there's not an asymmetric highway, is there? That would be cool, but asymmetrical 3-lane highway with sound barriers? Oh, there is. Okay. Hold on a second here. I don't know if this helps us at all. Does it, the fence stays? Wow, that was like just the right amount of space to save those buildings. So they could use either lane to turn left if we do that, versus if we do this, then they can only use the left lane. Do we ramp up the roads like that? Like, let's see. Let's see if this does any improvement. It does give people that lane to go straight, and if people are getting off the highway and going left, they're hopefully not getting back on the highway, right, red car? Right, red car, you're not using this as a turner? Very good. Oh, I was about to bulldoze that guy's house. I was talking about different kind of ice, but that's a different city. Okay, okay, all right. Take it easy now. Definitely getting some buildings, spreading some fire there. Try and... Okay, okay, okay. So many buildings turned off. Okay. What I was going to say at some point is I do have to consider, like, what's not... This frickin' thing is such a slap in the face. I don't even know why I have it in the map. I went through the landmarks and put a couple of those over here. We already had this one, the cathedral. I love that one. Some of them just don't necessarily fit. Like, I'm not putting the gherkin in. But some of them have been dropped in already. Have I not unlocked this on... Oh, God. I haven't unlocked that on Remastered yet. That one's awful. 30,000 industrial. I get it, it's just way too much. So I don't know, I definitely want to try and incorporate some of these, but there's just too much. At some point you gotta make way. It might be kind of nice to do like a nature reserve and find some of the Green City stuff at home. Bird and Bee Haven, the climate, Bird and Bee Haven and Climate Research Station, especially. I think I had this over by the stadiums. This is a great asset. I like it. I'm gonna find the right spot for it though. It is very long. Some of these just are not the thing. I do like that Modern Japan pack. It's got some pretty cool buildings. Obviously, I guess I liked quite a few of them. They're in the city. Seaside Resorts is nice, but I don't build things like that. I feel like that's better if you have Move It and can put stuff on a beach. Invisible pathing, especially. Skyscrapers is a great pack. I'm using a lot of the shopping mall stuff, apparently. Am I using all the shopping mall stuff? All right, King Leno. Sports venues. African miniature, definitely my least used. I don't get it. Like, there's not enough to it. Like, you can't create a city. You can barely create a park, not to mention a neighborhood. I haven't messed around mountain villages either. Like, this is just not the kind of stuff that I do, and it would be really awesome if you had mods, I think, with this and a snow map. It would be pretty cool. I think Brutalism is definitely one of my favorite ones out of all the content creator packs. Brutalism and Skyscrapers. And then if you're doing any low density, of course, mid-century modern. Okay. So I definitely would like to use some more of those. There's park objects and things as well in some of these packs. It'd be nice to create some spaces. And like I said, I said earlier, you may be new or popped in recently. I'm kind of like keep breaking and rebuilding this coastline bit by bit until I find something that works. Like, I don't want it to be filled in all the way across. I'm still trying to kind of figure out what this all looks like. I might switch up the zoning so that it's wall to wall on one side here and something else over this way, but I'm also trying to keep the zones simplified, or the district simplified where I can, because it's creating all kinds of traffic problems apparently. Oh, is this switched the other way? That's not helping. I can't believe I didn't realize that. Traffic's flowing great the other way, though, huh? Hopefully that helps a little bit. It's messy. It's not, like, this is not great. We just have a left and a right turn onto a highway. We're dumping 3 lanes. See, the thing is like, it may catch up eventually, but we can't figure that out for sure. But we can speed things up a little bit. It's not that bad of a backlog, I guess. It looks like they're really stupid right here. Do we force them to calculate at the intersection? Might work. But then it removes the turn over here, the turn specific lane. Yeah, no, they're just stupid. Look at this. Like, what's... Come on, guys. Okay, I can't help you. I can't... There's no point. There's really no point. They're so stupid. They're so stupid. When this came out in what, 2015, it was billed as a traffic simulation game. It's certainly simulating a type of traffic. How come all the other AI knew to get in the left lane 18 hours ago? And you guys are going to wait and then disrupt the entire line? Okay, well, I tried. We can't upgrade under the bridge. I'm going to have to move that road. That's fantastic. Okay. Oh, the whole park went. Well, most of the park went.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
They need another place to get on the highway farther back. Yeah, the highway infrastructure on this side of the map, like if you just like let's satellite view this for a minute, and I'm more used to looking at it from this way, so forgive me for turning that around. The cloverleaf is not like the irony is the cloverleaf is functioning fine, but it's like we don't need a cloverleaf here. We need more. There needs to be a more complex intersection here to not have this happen. To not have the cars turning left in front of these other cars that are coming up here to turn left. So I could engineer this a lot better. This is just temporary here. But like there's definitely not enough highway exits. Like reconfiguring the highway is a big thing that I need to figure out. And it doesn't have to be like this gets backed up on game days, but like you can get away with this. You can get away with really simple diamond interchanges. This can handle all the traffic at the university, but will fail or back up pretty badly on game days. Same thing over here. Like if you look at the traffic, right? It's fine. I mean, we're 85 overall. It's not terrible. This is definitely a problem spot. Where's the other diamond interchange? This one handles most of the truck traffic for the city, which is pretty wild. So because I give them a couple different routes to get here, it really splits the traffic up well. Some trucks will turn left and come down this way. Others will get off the highway going right and come that way. Some feed off this and get on the highway going that way first without ever hitting the intersection out here. So like it's, you know, it gets a little backed up, but it keeps flowing. It doesn't get like beyond what you see on the screen. And sometimes it's totally fine and not even backed up to the next block. It really just depends kind of like when we catch it. If there was just like a freight train that came through or something like that, then there might be a lot of trucks grabbing stuff. But yeah, basic even diamond interchanges can do just fine. I've got a couple simple trumpets. This one, the Parklow works really nice. I mean, it is one of the heavier ones here, but it's also, I think, split up really well with Old Town policies over here. And it makes it so that that intersection doesn't totally choke itself. You know, I've never seriously looked at bikes. I should probably consider that, like if I'm really trying to fixate on making improvements. I don't know. I'd probably make bike specific paths because I'm so American brained that like I can't imagine committing space on the roadway. I mean, I'll give you transit, but like, I don't know. Bike highways are great. I gotta definitely consider that. Let me see here. What percentage of your population uses public transit? Where do you find that? I don't even know. Not great. 3,500 per week out of a population of 119,000, 120,000. That's pretty crazy. Is there a better place to see that? I feel like that tells us an awful lot. That one stat right there. Okay. Bear with me for a minute. I forgot to take my meds earlier, and I don't want to take them too late because I have to be up early the next couple days. Okay. I think that's everything. Man, I take a lot of meds. So much more than years ago. I remember like when I just needed Advil. Those were the good old days. in the 90s. The good old days. Yeah, so that's not, I'm guessing that is not a good number to have 3,500 per week when I've got 120,000 population. We're probably aiming for more than that, right? Wait, for subways? Isn't that the only stuff that they are using? That's 2,800 of them. Campus to Central is our big line. So the orange line? No. That's Stadium to Central. What is the yellow line? Oh, interesting. Here. Yeah, I really got to rethink this. I'm running a lot of stuff from the exteriors into Central Park, so then that becomes a transfer station, right? You can come in from anywhere and transfer once to get to all the different veins. There is not good service over here. I did drop a station when there was. I gotta delete that line or modify it. When there was a school over there to get the attendance up, that worked really well. But like, I mean, this over here shouldn't have subway, honestly. Like, this is inappropriate to the design philosophy of the entire city. To have a tiny little church and little low commercial main streets with a subway. Above ground, maybe. I did want to get some trams in too, so like it would be really nice to have, I think, to rethink, maybe even rethink this entire campus, make this a 4-lane road, push this back a unit, and then maybe a 4-lane road through here that supports the train station and comes up through Middle Park and connects in here. So there's some different ways for car traffic to get up through here. I'd also like to. Really gotta look at transit is something I really gotta think about because this station like disappears. Look at this. Ready? You can't. I was looking for stations and I was like, where the heck is that station? It's there. How is that an acceptable? Like that's a LOD we want to load. I want to see the bushes underneath the station. That's what I want to see from orbit. Maybe that's something that's broken. I don't know. Anyways, I got to definitely put some thought into the transit in general because it is not a strong suit of River Run. It is again really based off of everything hub and spoken hub to here. And in fact, it's all named that way. So like airport, this goes out to the stadium. Actually, this one is not labeled at all. This is going to be the one that I just made, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the broken one. So let's delete that. We should probably go delete the subway tunnel at some point. Some of these I have not named. I think one of these might be dead also, right? No, because that's running people. Is this not doing 0 passengers? Oh, they're just people stuck. No? Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. That's the other thing, too, that, like, I'm going to regret investing time into this right now because I haven't figured out where all the population's going. And if I'm doing a second school... I should have troubleshot a little bit better. I was too quick to just like remove the school and the infrastructure supporting it because it solved my money problem in the short term. I was bleeding money trying to upgrade the schools as fast as possible. Okay, so advice there, Sin. Like, what could I be doing to move more people around? Do I have to look at the stations themselves and kind of where they are? I also do want to think about it from a cost perspective because I'd like to get to $1 billion and kind of hold it there. I'd like to have a financially stable city, not just get to $1 billion and then give it all away. That kind of altruism doesn't fly here. So let's take a look here. The airport eventually is going to change. Let's is this sorted by name order? 15, 16, MLME. Okay. So forget the ones I haven't named yet. We've got the red line, which is stadium. Oh, it's Francesi. The Francesi to the stadium. I was like, what the hell did I write there? So the red line starts way up here in industry. Makes a stop here. Supporting the like middle of the suburbs. There's another one over here by the schools, which are inactive. The parks are also inactive for budget. And then it cuts across the river and comes to the campus and to the stadium. That's not... I mean, I don't know. It's moving 634 passengers. What is this song? And why is this in the Synthwave playlist? This is... I wish you could... No. Stop. Epidemic. Bad. Okay. Moving 500 from Stadium to Central. So right here, does this orange line carry all the way through here? Let's see. It should be 3-stopper. Stadium to Central to way out here. So you can cross red line to get to Central right? Because the red line does not go to Central. It's the Francesi to the stadium. The orange line crosses over so you can get to Central from any of those red line stops. Okay. Stadium to Central. So Metro Line 3 Campus to Central. This is the yellow line that we saw before. And then this runs actually down one of the main strips, and it has a station here, which is why it's so busy at the Uniques. It would probably get busier if I turned them back on. Oh, these are turned on. Okay, these are a few, like, so I didn't touch the Uniques in this area because we actually built up infrastructure to support them. There's a nice road network, there's highway access, and a metro, and our busiest metro station. So I really should think about where the metros are and focus my Uniques around those, huh? That's the lesson that I learned today in 2026 instead of years ago when I should have figured it out as a creator. That would have been good to know. I guess too, like, that's going to be more, like, the Uniques is going to be more tourist heavy though, right? Okay, Burbs to Central. So is this yet another, so this is just from the other side? So that people around here have a line to get straight to Central? That is so underutilized, and there's nothing coming out the other end of this either. I feel like we could be at least getting people over here to the Wood Hills worker area. Certainly some people could save themselves a drive by getting from Central to over here, right? We don't have any metro station over here. Right? Is that a double? I don't need a double. I wish they had the French metro. The green and white Metropolitan. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. The staircase going down into the metro. The T. Where do we want this? So there's above ground metro right above us. But where would this naturally come? I don't want to disrupt too much, but I also don't want it to be inconvenient. It should be to here, I believe, right? And then if we go into metro lines, do I just delete? How do I? Where's the stop? How do I add a stop? Okay, hold on a second here. So if we just grab the green line here, can I? Nope. Does it matter which side I grab? Press A. No, it's not being truthful. Does it recognize when I get here? No. Create a new line. So don't tell me they broke this. What does it say here? Press A or drag line to add stop. So if I press A, do I have to hold A? No. I don't want to delete the line. Okay, drag stop to move it. No, do I have to hold the button? I haven't done this. I always delete the lines. And I think now I know why. It's certainly letting me create a new line. That's a thing. That's a thing that it's going to let me do. Okay, drag stop. Drag stop. Yes? Yes. But now does it not stop there? What? How do you add a stop? Press A to add a stop. Okay. Okay, let's look at this line because I have no idea what just happened here. So out in the suburbs, you come up to suburbs to work to central. Does it really matter? I kind of feel like it should be like you should be stopping at central both times, right? Whatever. What is it? ML4 burbs to central. So what is the philosophy here? We start on one end. We stop at central. Like we want to give people an option to come in there or go to work. But you want that option both ways because like they may on the way home from work not want to go home. Maybe they're going out first. Okay, so we need to change that one now. This was what, ML4? If I'm doing it by the other naming scheme. Oh, please don't. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say the word. But we know what we need to do when we get out of here. I'm not even, it's burbs to central. We'll rename it officially later. We're hoping that this save works. Because at least it didn't crash that one. Okay, we're good. We're good. We made it. That's not particularly intuitive. Like when it says press A, it doesn't say hold A. We got abandonment. Uh-oh. We're getting a little slow to pick up some bodies and some trash. Hopefully not slow on the fires. Okay. ML4, do we... If we sort by line name, right? Okay. So airport to central is pretty simple. That is just literally Metropolitan Airport to central and nowhere else. What is this horribly underutilized? Oh, maybe it isn't. Is it like broken? What's going on here? So there's a stop there. A stop in Anchor Square. Oh, this is broken. That's why. And there's just like a thought. There's just people waiting for a broken line. Okay. Drag the stop to move it. I think I have to delete this line for now. So we will just put this back. This is not the stream that I fix everything on, but that at least will help a little bit. I'm pretty sure those people are just sitting there waiting. Was that it? Okay, so Then I've got a couple lines that aren't named. Like, what is this one? This surely is broken, right? Or is this the one I just created? That's the one I just created. Okay. This one, what's the pink one? Oh, it's central to the amusement park. Amusement park and zoo. And then this one has 4 stops and no... This one's certainly broken, right? Did we figure this one out? Is this another... Yeah, it's another broken line. Dang it. Whoops, nope. This one, delete it. And that was this side. Is this hooked into here? Perfect. There we go. Do you stop at the way back too? I feel like you do, right? There's probably a principle that you don't at certain times, but we can't like we can't really program that logic in. Okay, 988 million. What do we turn back on? This one's unfortunate that it doesn't have any signage on the front. I guess they can have their grocery store back. Does that make people happy? It does. Okay, let's see. 10:44. I'm going to be responsible and get ready to sign off in a timely fashion. Rather uneventful. We didn't crash tonight. It's cool though. I'm okay with that. Right? We didn't crash? I don't think we crashed. We saved relatively recently. First Mass Effect game. That's on my list of maybes for this year. Is playing through that again. It's been a long time. Not Andromeda though. That doesn't exist. Oh, PAX next week. I'm excited. That'll be what, the 28th in Boston.
And even view distant weather systems across the map.
That's a decent shot, I guess. There's some space between the skyscrapers, which you'd want. Hey. So let's see. We got a little peek at some of the potential intros and outros for Plainville, which will be starting back up. I'm thinking in April. I think it's going to be both a live stream. Why would the drum and bass in Synthwave? It's not a terrible song, but it's not Synthwave. And that's not really the vibe that we're going for an outro. This could be okay. No. Maybe. Yeah, that works. Okay. So yeah, there will be lots more coming. I'm still gonna be working on River Run now and then. Definitely not finished with it by far, but getting ready for some new things. When they get the game a little bit more stable, hopefully with the next update, I will be revisiting New Boston. And then what else? Oh yeah, Green Hat. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And then soon Plainville, but Plainville's going to be both live and recorded. And I thought at least once, unless it's something that people really like, is like we could do an edit and like assemble the episode that will then later become the edited Let's Play. So at least you can see some of that process for those of you that might be interested in it. But obviously be there for the live recording of the content too. I don't know. It might be interesting. It might not. But at the very least, it will be. I think I'm going to go with the like we'll record it live and go like that. I think I got an idea. I think I got an idea how to do it. I got to make sure my OBS is set up right to record everything to its own separate audio track. I haven't checked that out for recording in a bit. But you can basically throw like the music, the game sound, my voice, everything out to its own separate track so that you can remix it and balance it all out later. So that hopefully the music wasn't too loud, hopefully that the bulldozers weren't cracking speakers, and that you can barely hear me in comparison. So try and get all that right for the stream, but sometimes obviously it's not perfect. But in recording, you can go back and edit it. Video on how to best utilize mass transit options in the city. I definitely have not done a good job engineering my cities. But I think on console too, especially so many of them were on 9 tiles that like 100,000, you're filling up a lot of those 9 tiles. You're running out of room. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to restart Plainville though. For those of you that don't know, Plainville was a Let's Play I did, maybe season 11. I don't even know. There were a lot of seasons, and it started out everything through all the milestones up until you unlock monuments was just base game. Uninstalled all the DLC, and then after quite a bit of building, added in like each episode was its own DLC basically at the end of the series, and there's gonna be a lot more of those to go through. But the interesting thing with Plainville is like the very premise of the road networks that I love so much about it that I want to revisit are trams, which are snowfall, which we won't even have access to at the beginning. So we'll frame it out. But it should be interesting. So stay tuned for that. I think Plainville is going to be fun. And if you are here for the streams, or if videos are more your thing, there's going to be a little bit of something for everybody because we're going to do both. At least that is the plan. I think I can make it work. It'll probably be like a weekly thing, so I don't overcommit, so I can keep up with both. Like a Friday stream, and then the next Friday lunchtime would be the video of that, and then the new Friday stream. Or, and it may not even end up being consistently Fridays, but like a weekly cadence like that. Okay, well, it is about that time. What is today? Today's Tuesday. I gotta whisper off to the side. It's Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know what's up next. I will definitely be live at some point within the coming week, as they say, when the next patch gets delivered. I think it's just stability fixes. I don't think we're waiting on anything else at this point. But I do, like I said, want to get back into New Boston. We'll keep plugging away at River Run, and we're going to get ready for Plainview coming up in the next couple weeks. So lots of fun stuff. If you're new here, subscribe for more, and I will catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed the stream at all at any point, leave a like. It does help the channel and is greatly appreciated. Like I said, stay tuned. Streams, when they happen, are at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes you get advance warning, sometimes you don't. So turn notifications on in general for the channel if you don't want to miss it. And have a good evening, everybody. Have a good Tuesday. Have a good Wednesday. Whenever you're catching this stream, have a good that day. I will see you on the next one. You know who I am, right? See ya. Bye, everybody. Have fun. I'll catch you on the next one sometime later this week.